Hello everyone, welcome to these exciting Art House Urban Bright Arts and Education videos. Art House's mission is to inspire exploration and expression in the visual arts. We work with professional artists who will be instructing you on some amazing arts and crafts projects. Are you ready?
Hi, my name is Megan Frable and I am a summer intern at Art House, and today we are going to be doing a painting of watercolor shapes and then creating random characters and ink blobs off of whatever we create with paint. So I was inspired to do this challenge because I was in a bit of an art block and I haven't really been able to draw much recently for whatever reason. So I figured, I saw this online a bunch, and you just essentially put down watercolor. You can mix colors, you can just do random shapes, try out different brushes. As you can see, I'm like adding a little bit of different colors there. And through that, you are just going to continue to paint and make shapes you're happy with. And so I used a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different brushes. And essentially what you're going to be doing with the rest of this project is letting that dry and then using ink. You can use pencils, but most commonly it's ink. And you make characters or drawings based off of what you create in watercolor. So it's going to be mostly a speed paint here today because I didn't talk while I was creating this. So yeah, I think one thing you can do to really vary up the shapes and sizes is to make things like really giant or really small. I didn't really do too much size variation this time, but I've been doing a lot more research since I recorded this video and am trying to learn as much as I can. This is definitely something I want to try again because it kind of pushed me to think outside of my normal boundaries. There are a few things I could have done better as well, and I will discuss those as we come across them. But at this point, I am finishing up the last pieces of the paint and I'm going to let it dry. Okay, so now that's dry. I'm going to be doing it a little faster for the inking. But essentially, so I was looking at that and I saw a bird in it. So I made an interesting looking bird. And don't ever be afraid to be too abstract with this. It's not completely like realistic. And then next, I was thinking, oh, this looks like it could just be a giant thing of hair and like have like a girl like laying on it. So I was trying to figure out how I wanted to proportion that. I've seen some people do this type of project where they have like the shapes and the characters are very broken up and not, like I think one of my problems is I very much focus on getting everything correct anatomically. So sometimes just letting loose and making what looks like a human body but maybe isn't accurate to a human body is a really interesting thing to do. There are a lot of different ways to play with this. I also think you're supposed to 100% use the color blob to make it. There's a few times where I add some darkness in there to mess with the shape itself. I'm not 100% sure if that adheres to the proper usage of this challenge, but it was really fun to just mess with it. We'll see on my next try. So next I'm doing a face of a girl because it looks like her hair was kind of like going over her shoulder. So I'm working on her facial features at this point, and then we'll put in her hair. It's just a matter of getting everything pieced together and just kind of playing with the shapes that you created. It kind of lets you think, so you're not just going in and staring at your sketchbook for a really long period of time going, wait, what am I gonna draw? What am I gonna do? I don't know. Because I do that a lot. And so next up, I'm drawing a guy. I wanted to make a guy with a really blocky face. And I was trying to see like if I want him sitting or if his legs were out. I was kind of seeing if I could go more abstract with his body shape. I almost thought about, you can see I was thinking about putting another person behind him. And I think I ended up blotting that out, and you'll see that. It might have been a really interesting thing to play with. But I think, yeah, I go in there and I hatch it. So the hatching is using the brush and making lots of quick lines to add shadow and depth to the piece. So I'm not 100% adhering to, again, the shape of it to make the character, but I did my best. And I think that's really what counts, is just trying and doing your best with these kinds of projects, because it's not easy, and it's more supposed to be like an exercise, something to get your brain moving instead of just sitting there staring and not creating, because you're not helping yourself by just sitting there and not doing anything. And next up, I was doing a little kitty on its back, and that is because I have a new kitten at home, and he's very cute, and I have done a couple studies of him laying on his back, but I wanted to do like just a random little kitty, more cartoony than I usually draw them, and just have him sleeping. He looks comfy. Makes me want to take a quick little nap in the sunlight, which is where a lot of cats like to sleep. Next, which one do I do next? Oh, okay, so I'm doing the blue one next. And I thought it would be kind of funny, because her hair was kind of going all over, to have like a little girl with ginormous pigtails that are a little more blocky, and have her like agitated looking. I thought that would be kind of cool to do as a different kind of shape. And then I decided to make an octopus. And you can see I'm kind of typing on my iPad that's off the screen to look up what an octopus looks like, just so I can play with the shape a little bit. Yeah, I didn't make all his legs in there, because octo obviously means 8, and they usually have 8 legs. But I figure some of them are probably hiding, because their bodies are very, what's the word? They're very like loose and squishy, and they move with how the water does. So they're not as solid and like solid boned as humans are. Honestly, that kind of looked like a rubber ducky, but I tried to do something else with it. I was thinking about doing a girl like holding her hair back behind her head, but I ended up having her looking at something really closely in her hands. So she looks like she's kind of a mermaid. I was trying to do, again, an abstract, like, legs, where they were kind of, like, oversized. But I wasn't 100% happy with that either, which I need to just let it go sometimes, just enjoy what I'm creating. And so she's, like, looking at something. Maybe she's doing her makeup, but she's, like, a little bit of a mermaid with a really tiny fin at the end. And then the last one, I actually still don't know what I created. I figured it was some little weird alien creature. Or he kind of looks like a fish on the top, so it looks like he has like a hairband there, and I was like, oh, maybe it's like hair. Snake fish looking guy up top, but he has a little skirt of sorts that's like coming out at the bottom. He almost kind of looks like he could be the bottom of a rag. It was just something random, just letting out random thoughts and doodles in my head, because I don't 100% know what it's supposed to be, but it's kind of funny and it's kind of cute. And yeah, I added little like stick arms and stick legs to him to add to the character. He's a little sassy. But yeah, that is going to be it for that watercolor challenge. And you can see I'm just dating and signing it. Here are some quick close-ups of each of the drawings. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for listening to Art House's video today. Don't forget to like, share, and comment with what you've made. Tune in to another instruction video on our Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube page. We are grateful to our funders and individual donors who have made this programming possible. We also wish to thank Lil Blizzard Boy from Refresh Collective for our background music. See you soon!